Welcome everyone. It's Harry the Soul Coach, and I'm back to do a video like this, which has been a while. And why has it been a while? Because I've completely lost my flow. And when I say flow, I look back, it's more than just a word, it was a feeling. It was something that I was truly connected with. And I say that's God. The last few years I have been on this spiritual journey where, if you followed me, I speak about God all the time. And I completely lost that flow. And I realized that I'm not even close to where I was. And a video popped up the other day of me, this time exactly a year ago. And I could see it clearly. And I'm glad that I seen it because I was in flow. And I'm watching myself back proud, like I always was, watching recordings back and thinking, where is that coming from? Because that's not me. That's coming out of me. So this is a video to anyone that has lost their flow, that has lost their connection, that is having a moment, that are feeling stuck, because that's exactly where I've been. So where has all this come from? Well, the end of 2024, I got myself into a bit of bother, where I got myself sectioned for at least 6 weeks out in Brazil, in a mental institution. And ever since then, it has been challenging. And I keep going back to this moment because why was I sectioned? Well, I was on this spiritual journey where I even decided I'm going to be doing 40 days and 40 nights. I had this calling. Christ was calling. Christ. There's no way that I would be talking about Jesus Christ. But everything felt right. And at this moment in time in my life, I was out in Brazil, walking down the beach, saying to myself out loud, I wish my mum and dad seen me right now. And I remember I was gliding, smiling, I had a suntan. This is my best self. 2 days later, I've got myself sectioned. I had this out-of-body experience where I feel that I didn't come back properly. And from the outside looking in, there was this guy speaking to himself, which I was, but in my reality, I was speaking to other people. I was time traveling. I was being guided by Jesus, and I was the soul coach. And I keep going back to these moments. As crazy as it may sound, it was all real to me. And it's that confusion of me surrendering and letting go to now feeling empty, feeling disconnected. And this wisdom that used to come through me, it feels limited right now. So I'm working through this. I've been back in the UK now for 5 months. And this 5 months has flown by. And in that time, I feel I've just been wasting time. I've been procrastinating. I've been recalling, remembering, re-evaluating. And there's so many questions now without the answers. And this is coming from someone that had their knowing so much confidence. And every day was a new day. I was living that way. So it's getting back to basics now. And it's been hard because of the feeling that I had, and it's not the same. And you have to strip it right back and go again. Only you can make it work. So this is a video for anyone that has lost their flow, that's lost their mojo, the feeling stuck. Like, what are you doing about it? And you have to take ownership of this. And this is where the challenge comes in. There's only one way out of this. Or better yet, there's only one way through this. And that is to show up. So what have I been doing recently? Trying to get myself back into flow. So it comes back to the basics. If you followed me, I've got a number of teachings, a number of courses that I've done. And I used to be able to think of any topic, get on camera, and it would just flow out of me. 20, 25, 30 minutes, all sorts would come out. And that's been very challenging since. I even struggled to do a 3-minute video without interrupting it, without having to go back to it, re-edit it. It's that flow. It's magic once you're in it. So I'm slowly now feeling that I'm going in that right direction, but a long way to go. And it's going back through things like my diary, where all this wisdom was coming out of me. I'm writing daily insights. So I'm back into just writing down thoughts that pop up, feelings that I'm experiencing, and putting it into words and as best as I can to describe it so it's there. There's energy coming out my body. I've got it written down on a piece of paper. But one of my main teachings is to show up every day. Every day is a new day. We show up each day. And that's the one thing that I live by. It's so simple when we do this. And each day I have been showing up. I've got myself a gym membership. I've been going to the gym each day. However, once I'm there, the motivation is not the same. Remember, in Brazil, it's completely different to where I am now. So it's being self-motivated. It's being disciplined. It's encouraging yourself to get things done, to start from scratch, to keep things simple. So I've been going to the gym each day, and the gym is a good place for me because there's people. And people watching is one of my favorite things to do. And the gym, you get all sorts of characters. So I'm always still learning from the external world. And one of the things that I had before, watching myself back, it was the imagination. It was the ability to tell stories and put it into concepts. And I did that all with a big smile. And I realized that smile has been missing. And imagination is God. And it's imagining using that as a gift to turn things into stories again and go again. So going to the gym each day, showing up each day. My number one bit of advice above anything else is still to meditate. Whilst I was sectioned, that didn't happen at all. My mind was all scattered, confused of why I was even in this place. And it wasn't nice. There was people mental in there. And I just separated myself from everyone else in there thinking I shouldn't be here. But I was still having these mental episodes where for anyone else, I wasn't right. And I didn't accept that until looking back now. But I actually kept myself to myself because not many people spoke English there. So meditation, I'm getting back into the flow of that. Again, that's a daily routine, morning and evening. However, meditation, you have to be strict and disciplined, even with your body. Whereas before I'd get comfortable and sometimes and often I'd lay down and I'd feel the peaceful things that come from that. I would feel the calmness. I'd go to that state of bliss and often I would fall asleep. But there's something about meditation by doing it seated upright. And you do feel a deeper connection. You do get more insights. And it is a battle at times because the body is telling you and the ego's kicking off. This is uncomfortable. My back's tight. Lay down. It's more comfortable. Have to get through it all. And the way that I look at meditation, it is filling up your cup. Or if you look at your body as your bucket, every day it's just dripping back in now. It's filling up my soul, bringing more wisdom down in from the divine or wherever I go to in the meditations. And it is that consistency. Each day you're showing up. If you treat each day as a cycle for the month, the sun goes around 28 days and the moon follows. That's the mind. And it takes a whole month for the mind, the moon, to be full, copying the sun all the way. If you treat each day like the month cycle, knowing that every day your soul shows up, your mind now needs to play catch up. And it is remembering, it is re-experiencing, and from there it is creating, using the imagination, getting it down, writing it on a piece of paper. So showing up each day, meditation, showing up each day, exercise. What else? Simple. Walking. get out and go for a walk on your own. And I'd encourage people, let go of listening to music as well. Go and be with nature. Pay attention to the birds. Pay attention to all the sounds. Use your senses to smell, to use your eyes, to be present, to take it all in. And whilst you're walking, you do get that inner voice. You do get the self-questioning. And there are answers that come. Sometimes they can be challenging because it's telling you this is what to focus on next. And we hide away from things we do not feel comfortable in doing. But to make this progress, you have to go through it. So go for a walk each day. It's simple. It requires little time, but it is for you. And that's the important thing now, is to get out of the same environments you may find yourself in. In my case, I've been in my room a lot of time. This is my safe space. But getting out in nature, it is healing. And we hear about it all the time. Nature, Mother Nature. It's the healing properties, your grounding. It's so true. We take it for granted. What else? Music. Music unlocks your body. If you can be present in music and have a selection on, and I like the spiritual music, which is instrumentals from all genres, if you get in tune with your body, you will feel it unlock. You will feel certain shifts take place. And I really encourage people to pay attention to what takes place in the inner body. Sadness is a big part of this, and the soul is sadness. To experience it, and I encourage people to have some piano music, and you can even type in emotional piano and there'll be playlists of it. Go through it. It may feel a bit uncomfortable to start with, but it's the sadness I feel that we hold on to. It's the sadness that gets heavy, and it's the sadness that we have then other labels attached to it. The guilt, the worry, the blame, the anger, the frustration. However, it's sadness. And going back through my whole experience, it has been sad. And within all these things that happened, I lost someone that I loved. And I was so convinced I was going to see again. And that was hard to deal with. I don't think I dealt with it properly, which a lot of this experience that happened to me, I was connecting with her. And it's the sadness part I didn't grieve properly. I didn't accept it. So music is so important. And again, if you're not even in the environment, in your space, have music playing in your room. So when you return, you know that there's good vibes going around. You feel it. Your plants in the room, they vibe from the music, the vibrations. Everything will help when it comes to vibration. So music is a big one. If you follow me on Spotify or even on SoundCloud, search Harry the Soul Coach and you'll see all the different playlists which will make you feel good. At the very best, it'll make you feel peaceful and calm. That's exactly what we need when you're going through these challenges. And then the most important thing right now is to be kind to yourself. I'm looking at myself a lot more now in the mirror. Taking the time just to stare into my eyes, knowing that my soul, through the eyes of my soul, is looking straight back at me. And it's to accept I've gone on this journey. What happened has happened, and it will be for me to share stories, to take teachings, to push forward, to add this into my book one day. It's happened now. And I can just keep feeling sorry for myself, or I can accept. And in acceptance, you have to be kind. You have to reaffirm who you are, how good and how important you are, what you do. And it's service. It's making people happier. It's helping people heal. It's sharing truth to others. I know I do well. So it's recapturing all of these good points about me when I look back at myself, and keep turning that into my knowing. And just by staring at yourself in the mirror, giving yourself some appreciation, giving yourself some attention. Your body is your loyal companion. It's like your dog. Would you go through each day without staring at your dog? Without speaking to your dog? Without giving any attention and love to your dog? It's the same for your body. When you notice and appreciate, it will notice and appreciate you back. You'll feel better. You'll be thriving. So this is again for anyone that has lost their flow, lost their mojo. Keep it simple. Meditate every day. Show up every day. Get some exercise. Add some movement. Get writing again. Get it out on paper. Go for a walk. Listen to music. And be kind to yourself. Because you will get that flow back. I can feel it coming. And the thing is, it's God. God is always here. We have to accept God into our lives. And for that flow to come back at God's speed, we got to catch up. We got to shake it off, and then we go again. So my first one back is good to be back. And we'll see how I get on over the next few months. And I will be documenting a lot of my journey, especially based on the movement and exercise parts to it now, where I am uncovering a lot of secrets about the body. So some exciting things, exciting projects to get going. But yeah, it's just good to be back and just to share again. So thank you for listening if you've got to this part. And just to remind yourself that you are special. You are unique. You are one of a kind. So look in the mirror and repeat that back to yourself and feel it. So thank you so much, everyone. And I will catch up with you all very, very soon.